Well, good morning from Llandudno again. I did say last time I was here that I could possibly shoot this with large format, even though it's extremely dark first thing in the morning, because the pier has very pinpoint clear lights which allow me to focus, even though it's actually probably about 45 minutes before sunrise. So I am set up here with my large format Intrepid 150mm standard lens. I'm focused in on obviously the end of the pier with the lights on them. Very easy to focus as anticipated, so very pleased so far. It is too dark to shoot though. I have got Velvia 50 loaded in the camera and I'm shooting with the roll film back, so 6x12 format. This gives me 6 shots this morning. Just got to wait for a bit more light, so I'm not shooting for 10 minutes or so exposures. Now I've made an initial exposure, even though it's quite dark. Might not seem so on the video, but it really is dark. Now I can shoot at f16 fortunately this morning because I have nothing in the foreground. So no movements, no tilt, no shift, nothing needed to keep this in focus, just gone straight to the end of the pier. And Velvia has indicated 8 seconds. Now 8 seconds with a bit of reciprocity failure gives me 11 seconds. So 11 seconds on the bulb mode, first shot in the bag. Now, although I am quite confident with my exposure, my composition could have shifted. Thank you, seagulls. My composition could have shifted slightly, the focus could have shifted slightly with me messing about with the Horseman back and winding it on and all the fiddling about with graduated filters. So I am going to actually take the back off now, put the ground glass back on, just check my focus and composition, because I do have 2 shots taken in the bag. And I don't want to waste the rest of them because I've got a slight misalignment. Okay, happy to report that all looks pretty good, pin sharp. Foreground's probably not quite as nice as I'd have liked last time I had the tide in, and I have got a lot of mucky rocks really, but then again that nice letterbox crop, and I can even take it down slightly further to a 3:1 crop if I like. Yeah, it does add a little bit of foreground I suppose, but we'll only really know when we get it back and get it processed. As I mentioned earlier, I think I have got a 2-stop hard grad on here. Lovely hard grad because of the clear horizon. There's absolutely nothing going to jut into that, so I've got the luxury of bringing it right down to the horizon. Well, at least I think it's the horizon, because one of the problems, snotty nose, one of the problems with positioning these is the how dim it is when you stop it down. So it really is, it's a pretty good approximation, but it's not as accurate as if I was using, say, the Bronica or a 35mm camera, but still. One more thing as well is the back of the camera. Now hopefully you can see here on the back of the camera that I have used my pieces of cardboard to mask out the top and bottom of the frame. Now that gives me a very good, very close representation of what the 6x12 back is giving me, rather than having just drawn lines on the ground glass, which are distracting as well. And obviously I can just take these off when I'm shooting a full frame image. Well, I will say that one of the big disadvantages of shooting with a camera like this is the lack of flexibility in terms of recomposing. Now, I haven't got time to recompose this this shot with the way the light's changing and all the faffing about. It took me about 25 minutes when I got here with a flash lamp to get the camera set up. So you pretty much have to commit to that sunrise shot with a 4x5 camera and go with it, which is why I'm using the whole roll on the exact same scene. Okay, that's the last one taken. I went for a quarter of a second at the end, and as the sun came up it did get quite a lot brighter on the horizon, so I did put the 2-stop hard grad on, and I did recompose to get the sun in a better position in the frame, but there's only one shot though, so it is a bit questionable whether that's come out properly. But nevertheless, I have had an interesting morning with the camera. What worked and what didn't. I think the large format did work, just no choice of compositions after the initial setup, however. I would say though that I think next time I would probably allow myself even more time in the pitch dark to set the composition up. I had plenty of time, I thought, this morning, but I could have done with even more, maybe 15 minutes to get it set up. So it has given me an idea for one more location I want to shoot at sunrise. So yeah, maybe you'll see that later again this year. So yeah, thanks for joining me on this early morning outing to North Wales, and I'll see you again soon. Well, I have to confess, I made that video a few months ago and the preceding one was a couple of weeks earlier. Now, it's been sitting in my backlog ready to go out for quite some time, but you know what? It's been really niggling me. I've been getting rather cross with myself because I absolutely hate the images from that last video, from the video just seen, sorry. First video with Velvia, I quite like the colour. I like the compositions, I like the format, but that second one with the Velvia, oh God, it's just not me. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. I went for that garish look. It's not something I want to be doing. I'm just not interested in that look anymore. So I am going to have a change in 2021. I'm going to move away from that look. And it's not something you're going to see from me again, probably. I'm not saying Velvia is a bad film, it's not. But it's just not me at the moment. I don't want to be going there. So apologies for the colour. Apologies for the garishness. It looks like something out of the year 2000 when Velvia was very, very popular. Yes, it will be different next time. I am having a bit of a change next year. More will be revealed as the year goes on. Yes, but thanks very much for watching and putting up with the sunglasses needed for that one. And I'll see you again on the next trip.